So let me show you the pineapple guavas. They're beyond the fence in the front of the house. Let's go. Today we're talking about one of my favorite fruits, the pineapple guava. I have 3 bushes that give me plenty of fruit every fall. It is so delicious. And I want to share this with you because it's a plant and fruit that is so underrated, but it's awesome. See the thing right here? I don't know if that means anything.
No, these are dead. This was going to be fruit, and now they're not.
I was devastated to see that something was getting a hold of the leaves on the pineapple guava. Fortunately, it was just one of them. The fruit was beautiful on 2 of the other bushes, but one of them was not doing well. The leaves were looking awful. The fruit was drying. Whereas it should have looked like this. The leaves were healthy and the fruit was healthy on 2 of them. One of them looked like this, and I really had to get to the bottom of this. As you can see, my pineapple guava got kind of sick. One of the bushes got a little bit destroyed by whatever's under there. So we're going to talk about what that is and how we solved it. So I just want you to be able to know what to look for in case this happens to you. The second part of the video is going to be about the pineapple guava because some of you may not be aware what this even is. This is a really cool fruit. You're going to love it. I love it so much. When I moved to Savannah, this is the first time I really encountered it and I fell in love with it. But people in other zones that are not as warm as mine can still grow them in containers. So I really want you to know all about it. I have a really cool app that helps you with several things. What you do is you snap a photo of the problem with your plant, and then it'll tell you exactly what it is. And that is actually what I did to find out what was wrong with my pineapple guava. The app that I'm talking about is called Picture This. It is very helpful. You can upload up to 3 photos of your problem and it'll diagnose what it is. So it tells you right there, my pineapple guava has lace bugs. It tells me what the symptom analysis is, what these lace bugs look like, and what the solutions are. The lace bugs had already taken a hold of the plant on the right half side, so I opted for cutting about 1/3 of the limbs because I knew they were not going to come back, nor were we going to have fruit this year from that side of the bush. But you usually can spray them or use soapy water to cleanse them. I have another video about aphids. It's a very similar approach to how you get rid of them. And I always avoid using chemicals and pesticides as much as possible unless it's the last resort or it's a very, very big problem. It's been about a week and a half or so, and we're starting to see new growth from the places where I've cut it. Here you can see that there's some fruit on the ground ready for me to pick up. So let's talk about the plant itself and the fruit and all of it so that you can become familiar if you want to plant this in your garden. I have heard so many variations of how to pronounce this. Feijoa.
Feijoa.
I've even heard people call them feijoas. I guess it depends on what part of the world you are, but you know what? They taste delicious nonetheless, and let's just call them pineapple guavas. They grow best in zones 8 to 11, but anyone can grow them in containers. It's been washed already. I eat it with the everything. Of course, I take this little part out, but it is so good. It's a small fruit that was named after the way it tastes. It's only about 1 inch long, but it is very fragrant and it tastes delicious. It definitely tastes like a guava without all those little seeds, but it also has a hint or a note of pineapple. They're actually bushes that grow 12 to 15 feet tall, but what's awesome is you can train them to be like trees, like a small tree. I like to grow them that way because the fruit drops from the bottom. As you can see, it was laying on the ground and it really starts kind of like dropping. My husband actually shakes them so that the fruit falls. So if they were trained as a small tree, it would be really easy to harvest. I love them because in the spring, they get this beautiful flower, and then in the fall, you get the beautiful fruit. It is an evergreen, so it'll give you interest all year long. They are relatively easy to care for and they become drought tolerant. They do like full sun and prefer at least 6 hours of sun, even if you have them in partial shade. Plant them in groupings because they like that. They like to be in, they don't need each other to be able to pollinate. They're self-pollinating, but planting them in groupings is probably what helps to produce more for whatever reason. So I have them in groups of 3s. A set of 2 would be great. It would just be good that they're not alone. For anyone who had heard about the pineapple guava before this video, I would love to know if you've eaten it before in another way, if you make it in a favorite dessert, or if you have make it in jam, or how you eat it. So if you know of a recipe or a really cool way to eat it, make sure that you post that in the comments below so that other people can see that. My husband and I tried to make some juice by peeling them, and then we added some water and we blended it up with some sugar and tried it that way. We had to use the colander because it was kind of thick. It was delicious, but I bet shakes and smoothies would even be better, as well as desserts. You can grow tropical and subtropical plants in the colder zones. They can go down to 12 degrees Fahrenheit, but the problem with the colder zones is that they have consistent winters that are really, really cold, and they don't like that. So you're definitely going to have to put them indoors, in a garage, anywhere where they're going to be able to be protected from that cold front. They are so easy to care for. They're not fuzzy. You're not going to have to fertilize them a lot. They're easygoing. All soil types are okay so long as they drain well. I've really wondered why more people don't know about this and why they're not all over the supermarkets. But maybe more people like me need to share this information, and so more people can try them. The next fruit coming up in my garden is going to be the kumquat, and I'm so excited about that in the winter time. So I probably will make a video about that in the next couple of months as the winter comes through. Meanwhile, if you want more home and garden DIY and tips, watch these videos here. And remember that you can create bliss in your garden.